you sit at this really interesting intersection to me of having both, a decade of experience in AI, but also like having led a go-to-market team in the software space, right? And like led marketing and in software. And so like I'd love your perspective on this because like I was reading this report, or I saw the stat the other day that was saying that something like 75% of customers end up picking the first software vendor that responds to them. Right. It was just like this insane statistic of like how important that like response time is. And like and to me, like, gosh, like then if you're not leveraging AI and if you're not leveraging tools like, for instance, like what you guys built, with Go Moment for the sales and marketing space, it feels like you're just going to get, your butt kicked in the market, right? So like what I'm just curious, like your lens on this stuff, like what's going to happen particularly around go to market? Like where is there hype and like where's there real, value to be driven there? And like where do you see the biggest returns coming?
Yeah, the biggest returns in the marketing and sales and broadly the biggest returns in the go to market space are coming so far from personalization. And of course, there is a hyper personalization is already starting to happen here. Again, customers that are on your website, they don't want to book a demo with your company 7 days from now or something like that on your Calendly. They would ideally just like to have one button that they can click, maybe watch a Loom or watch some kind of screen record or something like that of exactly the thing that they want to do. So I think previously in a lot of B2B go to market motions, obfuscation and kind of creating a black box of information that you wanted to like gate by getting people's emails or something, that used to work, but more and more people are just not tolerant of any friction that is introduced between them and getting the info that they want. And now, to the extent that you can give them very specific targeted information using generative AI, and it's actually a good response, not just like a garbage hallucination, basically, that's something that companies are more and more going to use as a proxy to figure out, should I do business with this vendor? So I think that the speed has been the case. Absolutely. We've, as CMO at Revenate for the last couple of years, I was able to see very clearly an impact between how quickly we responded to leads and how likely we were to close them. That's been pretty well borne out. But now I think it's not just about the speed, but also about the amount of intelligence with which you're responding. So if I'm asking specifically about service for my hotel that's 200 rooms and it's an independent property in a tier 2 market or something like that, if you're coming back to me with specific information about that exact query versus just some blanket thing of like, hey, here's like a rate card and like find your own place there, I think that the former is just a lot more powerful, and it's now possible. Like intelligence is just the cost of delivering intelligence at the edge there is going to zero. And yeah, that's the real question is there, do you have a search bar for all of your company's FAQs front and center on your website? Because if not, you might be missing out on new leads and more customers.